Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So don't know what happened, but no matter, we're back. We are live. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Got a little delayed, but we can't be stopped. We're back, and we're talking about the massive partnership on the way for ZBCN. So thanks for joining. Thanks for staying up with your main man, BTM. But we're back on the night shift. Oh, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah. We're back on the night shift, bringing you the information about Zebec. So, of course, this is the sponsor, Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is a crypto brokerage that helps you with your crypto. They also store crypto and self-custody, so you don't have to worry about passwords and updates and foreign keys and seed phrases. They do self-custody the crypto, and they give you 24/7 human support with an expert, so you don't have to wonder or ask questions or try to figure out what is going on. And they give you a broker. Your broker learns you and learns your patterns so they can help you on the crypto journey. So shout out to Caleb and Brown for sponsoring the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So this is a quick video about real-time payments on the blockchain.
All right, let's dive into Zebec Network. Now, this isn't just another crypto project. It's laser focused on a problem that's, well, as old as money itself, how we actually move it. Zebec is trying to build the infrastructure for payments that are instant and totally programmable. So, what's the big deal? Let's get into it. I mean, seriously, think about it. You can get instant messages, instant food delivery, pretty much instant everything. But when it comes to getting paid or sending money, it often feels like it's moving at a snail's pace. The old school financial system just wasn't built for the digital, always on world we live in today. It's clunky, it's slow, and it's full of middlemen. So, how in the world do we fix that? This slide really nails the difference. Over on the left, you've got the old way. It's like a clogged pipe. Payments get held up and then released in these big, slow batches. But on the right, you see Zebec's vision, continuous payments. Instead of one big transaction, just imagine money as a constant stream, flowing exactly where it needs to go, second by second. No more batches, no more waiting. And that brings us right to the heart of the solution, making money actually flow. Zebec uses blockchain tech to make this whole idea a reality, creating a system where you can literally stream payments by the second. So, money streaming, what does that even mean? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. Instead of a one off payment, you're creating a programmable flow of value. It's all handled by a smart contract, which is basically just a self enforcing digital agreement that automatically zaps tiny bits of money every single second. And this isn't just about making things faster, it opens up totally new ways to think about how we earn and spend. So here's the break.
So as you can see, with the defined stream and the program flow and the control flow, funds, let's see, senders set rules for the payment flow in the market. Users programs a continuous flow that executes automatically, and custom flow funds flow second by second until paused, modified, or canceled. And that's the thing. Zebec is trying to update how money moves. And I think that'll be the biggest catalyst for Zebec going forward if they can actually move money, right? Instead of you waiting for your bank to process those batch files, if they can actually just stream the flow and update that way. But we will see let's finish this video, then we'll get to the numbers.
Breakdown of how it actually works. First up, the sender sets all the rules in that smart contract. Who gets the money, how much, and for how long. Step 2, they deposit the total amount into the contract, which basically acts like a secure digital safe. And then, here's the magic. The money just starts flowing automatically into the receiver's wallet, second by second. You pretty much set it and forget it. Okay, the technology is definitely cool, but that brings up a really important question. What is this actually for? I mean, who really needs to get paid by the second? Let's take a look at the real world use cases.
Who wants to get paid by the second? I do. Me. And contractors and anyone else that is in a company that's waiting for their checks. I think they mentioned that previously too, that you'll be able to stream your payroll so you don't have to wait months. And also with what is that? Lendings, right? It's going to push those
The potential
predatory
here is
lenders.
huge, for real. Imagine you're a freelancer, and instead of chasing invoices, you're literally watching your earnings stream into your wallet as you work. Or think about subscriptions. What if you only paid for the exact seconds you used a streaming service? And for crypto projects, this makes token vesting, releasing tokens over time, way smoother for teams and investors. It's just a much more precise and fluid way to handle financial agreements. And the vision here goes way beyond just the crypto world. This is really about building new financial plumbing for the way we work now, globally, remotely, and from project to project. It's about making the flow of money finally catch up to the flow of work. But, of course, no project is without its hurdles. A great idea is one thing, but execution and getting people to actually use it, that's a whole other ballgame. So let's put on our critical hats and look at the big questions facing Zebec. First off, the competition is fierce. I mean, Zebec isn't just up against other crypto protocols, it's going toe-to-toe with the entire traditional payments industry. To have a real shot, it has to offer a massive advantage, either being cheaper, way more flexible, or by letting you do things that are just impossible with the old system.
And that's the key thing about the project. No one else is streaming payroll, right? The best you can do is batch processing with the regular payment that takes 3 to 5 business days versus if these guys get adoption and they start streaming payroll, folks are going to flock to it, right? And it's kind of why they're pushing back and the bank is pushing back against signing the Clarity Act. They don't want the new systems to take over, right? They don't want the new crypto processing to take hold and push the banks out of the way because the banks are making money on yields, right? And with crypto, the crypto holder gets these yields. And that's one of the biggest holdups with the banks currently.
And then we've got the token question. The ZBC token powers the whole thing, used for fees and incentives. But here's the real test. Is there enough actual usage, real businesses streaming real salaries, to create genuine demand for the token? Or is the whole model propped up by just handing out tokens to get people in the door? That's the billion-dollar question right there. The path forward really has 3 major roadblocks. First, adoption. Convincing a real business to completely change its payroll system is a massive ask. Second, the user experience has to be flawless. A CFO who doesn't know anything about crypto needs to find it as easy as their current software. And finally, regulation. Payroll and payments are tangled up in a mess of red tape.
So for the regulation, right, Zebec especially overseas, Europe and the UK, the regulation's there. The problem with the regulation in the US is they have not came to an agreement on regulation. And we're waiting on the banks. And with the banks, they're waiting for full on adoption. And I think that's one of the major problems that Zebec is currently facing, that full on adoption. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments.
Figuring out the legal and tax rules for every country is a monumental task. So, all this leaves us with one final question. Zebec is tackling a huge, real problem with a really elegant solution. It absolutely has the potential to become a standard piece of infrastructure for the digital economy. But that path is full of giant challenges. Will it become the future of how many moves, or will it stay a fascinating but kind of niche experiment? As always, the real answer is going to come down to adoption. Thanks for tuning in.
So shout out to the Zebec. Wait, who is this video? Crypto fans English. Weird, but that was a pretty good breakdown. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And I'm trying to double check the sound real quick, which is weird because I can't actually find my video. But let's double check here. Give me a second. I just want to verify that the sound is coming through okay. It's weird because I can't find the video. Your videos. There we go. Your videos. So the sound is here, but I guess it's coming from the. I think it's coming from the actual camera and not my microphone, which is weird. Microphone, USB camera, microphone. I don't know what's going on with my mic today. That's weird. Stranger than strange. But let me double check. Check something else real quick. Just making sure you guys can hear me. That's crazy. It was working fine just a week ago, but whatever. What up? CSJ. What's going on? Let me know if you can hear me okay. So in the market, market cap is down 2.21% to 2.32 trillion. CNC 20 is $138.50, down 3.57. Fear and greed is at extreme fear, which is weird. I've never seen it past actual fear, maybe. And now they're in extreme fear. And currently we're in altcoin season. It's going back towards Bitcoin at 27. Crypto RSI is 44.06, going back to oversold. Currently our holders is 94,483. And I thought it was closer to 95,000, but I guess not. Oh, wow. So 4 hours, we lost 62 holders, 12 hours, 49 holders for the day, 55. 3 days, we're still up 164. For the week, we're up 608. For 2 weeks, 1,156. And for the month, we're up 3,505. So this is the partnership that they're talking about. They have not made the partnership yet, but the discussion is with Tailcoin. And I've known Tailcoin. I've been with Tailcoin for a while, invested in these guys a long time ago, and just continue to hold. And it is these guys a long time. And it is a good company, actually. And they've stand the test of time. Currently, Tailcoin is at 0027, down 6.63 market cap. 261.3 mil won, down 5.7. 24-hour trading volume 1.47 million, down 15.58. I'm trying to see how long they've been around. All-time high was 2020, 6 years ago. Well, all-time low, I'm tripping. 2020, March 12th. Actually, it's coming up on anniversary here. And all-time high was 2021, 5 years ago. We got that 6 cents. So they're down 95.7% from the all-time high. Thought they had when they first were listed, but maybe not on CoinMarketCap. But the weird thing is the Telecoin numbers are very similar to Zebec. Telecoin is at the 0027. Zebec is at the 0019, down 8.18. Telecoin is down 6%. Zebec's down 8%. Market cap is, wow, the market cap's higher, 261.2 million. Zebec's market cap is 194.2 million. 24-hour trading volume is 6.16 million versus Telecoin is 1.47. Zebec's volume is down 12.31%, which is interesting. Current price is 0.1983, down 1.71%. 24 hours we're down 8.29. For the week we're down 1.67. For the month down 31.67. And for 90 days we're down 40.4. But for the year, it's up 111.5. Let's see here. That's what I'm missing. So going over to X. Shout out to the Zebec 2 million. Zebec's market cap is Warriors, the ZBN Army, the Sailors, the Pirates. Let's get it. So on, what is this? On X, of course. That's your boy, your main man, BTM's hands. I'm lying. That's a AI. But with the AI, we are still waiting on the super app announcement. I don't know what's going on with the super app, nor why these guys aren't giving us updates or hopium, or at least some kind of information about when they think the super app will launch. When it's just weird. What up, Phantom Beats? What are you doing up this late? What are you guys doing logging in YouTube at 11 o'clock at night? But things are getting busy at work. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, we are back on the night shift. This is Telecoin. EUSD is now live on Base in Solana. And since Zebec streams on Solana, I think this will be a good partnership. There has not been an official announcement yet. Availability grows to 4 chains with more to follow. And that is EUSD and Telecoin digital asset. And shout out to my main man, CKJ Crypto News. Telecoin next stop Pluto. Telecoin, Telefam. Of course, this is your main man, BTM. This is the way. This is Crypto Neptune. Don't pay me no attention. Just celebrating the EUSD on Solana. And this is a beautiful site. Great work, Telecoin. So Telecoin has Ethereum, Base, Solana, and Polygon. So that pretty much covers all the bases, right? So if we are to get on and they partner with us, that would probably complete the trifecta. What is that? Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, and Base. Yeah, it's pretty much all of the networks, right? The Bitcoin network's too slow. So, of the valuable networks, that would push the ZBCN all the way to the top.
It was doing
This
for the
is,
hour, the
let me see, hold on, let me get the background here. So this is, people are catching on quick for a good reason. Zebec Network isn't just another speculative crypto play. It's building real payment, payroll infrastructure designed for the real world. When you look at where finance is heading, real-time settlement, compliant, and stable coins, wow, Rails, streaming payroll, and crypto to fiat card spending, it's clear the system is evolving, not disappearing. That's where Zebec fits in, powering continuous payroll, real-time wages, access, global card usage, and payment streamings to both Web 2 and Web 3 companies, while still compliant ready for institutional adoption. So when people talk about a financial reset, it's really an upgrade of the payment rails. Faster, programmable, and borderless, the infrastructure always wins long term. Speculation comes and goes, but the projects actually moving payroll and payments in the real world become the backbone of the system. ZBCN is positioning itself right in that lane. And this is, who is this? Wait, Keystee. Oh, wow. Oh, Keys to Crypto. Okay. I had me for a second there. But let's go back and see what Keys.
and everything else. It's going to be huge regardless. Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Keys to Crypto. Before we get started, folks, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research, and above all else, never, ever risk no more than what you're willing to lose. But as promised, I was going to talk last night after I got off live feed about ZBCN because there were some people asking me about it. Now, I posted on a little while ago about that project. I just did a snapshot of what it was doing for the hour, the day, the week, and the month, and I think in the year, and they were all in green candles. And I put the caption is, this is an example of a great project. And, typically, it's hard.
Shout out to my main man. What was this? Keys to Crypto. And I like that they are on TikTok making videos, helping that adoption get out there. Keys to Crypto. Can it be 2-O? T-O-O, not T-W-O, but never mind. Let's get back to the video.
To see green candles across the board, sometimes unless it's a newly launched project or some meme coin or whatever. But how you really know it is when you expand out and you look at that for the entire year and it's still green on all the metrics. That is a classic example of a great project. And here in 2026, I believe that this project is going to continue to, it continues to build and grow. And I believe it's going to ultimately be the payment system for, when the reset happens. But even if it doesn't, it has to do with payroll and everything else. It's going to be huge regardless because of the partnerships they're creating and the things that they got going on behind the scenes. But what it really even it makes it more attractive is the market cap, because as I've talked about on this channel before, the premium spot to find some of the best cryptos that can pump are anywhere from about 100 million to about 300 million. And that's where this particular crypto sits at. It was at 300 when I posted that. But when I got on a second ago before I did the video, it dropped down to 285 million, which is not no big deal. Dips and corrections happen in crypto. But again, this is why ZBCN is going to help lead the way in cryptos in 2026. It performed really well last year. I don't see anything that's slowing it down or anything that's going to change this year. Now, ultimately, what is going to happen here soon, because it is a Solana-based meme coin, not meme coin, but crypto. All Solana-based cryptos are going to be listed on Coinbase. And usually when this happens, and I explained it last night on the live feed, usually when it gets a Coinbase listing, most time on minimum, you're going to get a 2x, a 2x to 3x, possibly even a 5x on the thing. Now, above all else,
They got a live feed on TikTok. Hold up. Wait a minute. Phantom Beats, Telecoin, and Stronghold have been very, very silent. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Boom. You're right, Phantom Beat. It's only a matter of time, right? There's not a lot going on with crypto and everything else going on. It's slowing down. But at some point, when the clarity bill is passed and the regulation is hit and the banks stop flooding crypto, these things are going to start to slowly push back up. And this is Judah has risen. Hello, all things popping. I'm still excited about Zebec. You and me both, Judah. Just hang in there, fam. We will get our day. Just keep patient. I think Buffett says, what is it? Wealth passes from the impatient to the patient. So just be patient, my guy.
a Binance listing is probably going to come real soon as well. And usually when a Binance listing happens, you know, on average, it's anywhere from a 5 to close to a 10x. So you can do the math and kind of figure out where the particular project is going and what the potential is for it. Now, again, what I just told you isn't a guarantee. That's just typically what happens. And with ZBCN being such a strong project and good fundamentals and everything else, I could see it doing those type of multipliers on that particular platform once it got listed. But anyway, folks, I just wanted to share that real quick with you and let you know about the project if you don't know about it, or you heard me talk about it, or done other videos about it. And I'm sure I'm going to do plenty more before it's said and done, because to me, you're still real early to this project. And that's when you want to be real early to it before it absolutely goes parabolic and gets up to 20, 30, 50, and 100 million. I mean, billion, not million, because that's where it sits at now. But when it gets up to 10, 20, 30, 50, $100 billion market cap, and then you're in major profits, that's when you're in the 10, 20, 50, and 100x category.
So shout out to, what is it, Keys to Crypto. And he is right. You guys are still massively early to the project, right? It's not even, what is that, 500 million market cap or above. So there's plenty of room for the project. This is Eric. As you can see, the ZEC, which is what Zebec was before they renamed it to ZBCN. Chart looks almost identical to Bitcoin chart. It is no good to analyze any of these alts by themselves, as everything is following Bitcoin. The algorithms are all set to buy and sell based on the Bitcoin chart. My analysis has been concentrating on Bitcoin. Because of this, the only difference is the alts move at a higher percentage compared to Bitcoin. And of course, right, they're not in the 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 range. So if we're moving with Bitcoin from the 00, what is this? The 00198 versus Bitcoin is, what is it, 60,000? I haven't even seen it today, actually. Currently, yeah, 67,000, right? So the little push from 67,000 is going to be massive from below 1 cent, right? Never mind, I didn't even look at the bubbles today. Let's go back to X tripping. ZBCN Pirates, the big picture. The network isn't trying to be another stablecoin issuer. Zebec is building the money distribution layer, the system that takes whatever compliant digital dollar, SGD, AUD, JYP exist and move them to real people in real time, payroll, contractor, cards, treasury flows, cross-border payouts. Think of Zebec as the global payroll engine and stablecoins as the fuel types. Layered architecture, how APAC fits. Let's stack it logically. And we were saying too that JP Morgan used the Ethereum code and created their own token. So with people using the layer one code and creating their own tokens, the tokens won't be unique, but things like a Zebec that is payroll streaming won't go anywhere, right? You might be able to speed up payments, but the paid layer is not going to change. So this is Strats to Zebec local APAC stablecoins, XSGD, TUAD, JPY stablecoin. That's Japan. I guess that's Australia. I don't know what XGD is, but all through Zebec and the credit cards to people in America, whatever that is. I don't even know, none of those flags. And then you have the crypto plus the cards to fiat. So global employers, APAC workforce paid in local stablecoin, instant spin in Zebec cards. So did they say what this is? Example, just started Xstrats, XSGD running on Ripple XRP Ledger gives you regulated fiat on chain SGD in the case local banking access compliant inside jurisdictions. And I'm not reading all that, but it'll be on the page. You guys can come check it out. So then there is a lot of really good images coming up lately. A lot of people working hard. So shout out to the Zebec Army, the Zebec warriors, and the sailors, and the Zebec Army, everyone putting their due diligence in. This is ISO 222, the upgrade that changed everything from banks to blockchain, why the new messaging standard matters for crypto. And of course, you see XRP, Stellar, HBAR, Algorand, Cardano, Zebec, Quant, and I don't know what this is. But all of these are ISO 200 compliant. And I want to say there's a list here. Where is it? Can't remember. Somebody has a list of the ISO 200 compliant projects, which most people, I don't really mean anything, but it does. If they're tracking it, there's definitely a reason they're tracking it, right? And it's going to be the movers and shakers whenever the market is back running. Let's see, is there a list? Where is that list? It's got to be on here, I guess. That was on here. I'll Google it while we're looking around here. A shout out to Captain Zach, ZBCN. This is Zebec Heavy Hitter, episode 2. Check out and share with your friends. Watch our favorite pirates drop that ZBCN heat. And how long is this video? Oh, wow, 59 minutes. You guys putting work in over there. So what is this ISO 20022 crypto list? Coinex? No, you lying. That's weird. Coinbase? Nah. Nah. That's weird because all these lists don't got Zebec. Somebody got a list and Zebec is on that list. I don't know if this list is old. Must be. Let's get everybody on here but Zebec, which is weird. It must be IOTA, that one we're missing. Where's Zebec? That's weird. Okay, so this is Zebec. What's the 314? Listen and follow along.
A lot of dynamics that have been built around getting paid every 2 weeks or getting paid every month. And as we remove, a lot of us don't think about, here in Singapore, I believe you get paid once a month. In the United States, you get paid once every 2 weeks. Has anybody thought about why you get paid once a month or once every 2 weeks? It comes down to the friction of payments. And if we can remove the friction of payments, why can't you get paid every day? Or even more crazily, why don't you get paid every hour or every second? You can have a stream of value showing up in your whatever repository of value. Now, why you need to get paid every second, I'm not sure. But I do think there's a lot of dynamics that have been built around getting paid every 2 weeks or getting paid every month. And as we remove the friction of payments and make that dramatically easier, I think you're going to see secondary and tertiary effects that are very difficult to predict, just like we couldn't have predicted Grab 20 years ago. A lot of us don't think about, here in Singapore, I believe you get paid one.
That's weird. So Brad is talking about streaming payroll. That's weird. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. Shout out to ZBCN man. I'm looking at this another list. I'm trying to find a 2026 list that has a Zebec on it. And it's weird because Zebec is not on here. And I've seen a list where Zebec was on. That's weird. Yeah, I'm looking at all these lists. Anyway, ADP runs payroll, HR for millions of workers globally. Lyric HCM sits on the top of the payroll data with AI analytics and scheduling compliance. Payroll intelligence is improving. Settlement is not. Payroll still runs on batch cycles. Work happens in real time. Pay moves days later. So this is management platform update, ADP and Lyric. I missed that actual update. So this is ADP, payroll, Lyric, pay intelligence, employer layer, HR, compliant payroll data, Zebec Network, real-time settlement, instant wage streaming, continuous payments, on-chain fiat, real-time wages, the Zebec token should be ZBCN, not BCN, instant settlement, batch processing, delayed payments, funds in days, employers, no payroll float, global payouts, back in real time, funds stream to cards and banks, auto split, bills, savings, investments. Well, that's definitely worth researching. You can split it out and not have to worry. So shout out to a ZBCN man, especially for those updates. ZBCN man's working hard. This is generational wealth. Zebec is backed by Coinbase Ventures. ZBCN is not listed on Coinbase yet. The Coinbase effect creates massive upside potential. Infrastructure like Zebec Network. We're breaking down the math behind potential 10x move from the 0019. This is the most eccentric bet in PayFi right now. Join the community. Please don't be singers. Please don't be singing.
Imagine your portfolio exploding
Thank you.
10 times over from a single exchange announcement. That's the explosive potential we're diving into today with ZBCN. Welcome to the generational wealth community, your pathway from knowledge.
Hello, all. Things are popping. I'm still excited. Phantom, I haven't checked on the DAG in a minute. Me either. I said this before, but no one would hear me. Either XRP will use Zebec in a merger of sort, or XRP will make their own payroll system. No, I was thinking that too. I was really thinking about that yesterday. Judah, you're reading my mind. And I was thinking, right, I'll tell you guys, either Zebec will be bought out by a larger competitor and use their software to integrate for payroll systems, or these guys will be competitors. And I think, especially the way XRP moves, they're probably going to buy them. And if they don't buy them, somebody else getting into payroll. But either Zebec will explode or Zebec will be bought by somebody and explode. Either way, it's a sure shot. Not financial advice, this is just for entertainment purposes. But either way, it's a sure shot, right? Things are moving. It's going to be one of the movers and shakers. Just from the whole payroll streaming concept, bro. You can't lose, man. This guy cannot lose. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Let's get back to it.
Knowledge to legacy. Today we're exploring how a potential Coinbase listing for Zebec Network's native token, ZBCN, could catalyze a massive price surge, potentially driving a 10x pump. We'll break down the fundamentals, the current market position, historical precedents, and the mechanics that could make this scenario play out, all grounded in verifiable data. Zebec Network is a decentralized infrastructure platform specializing in real-time, streaming payments, including payroll, remittances, and seamless crypto to fiat conversions through multi-chain support and innovative PayFi solutions. It empowers businesses and individuals with instant money movement across chains like Solana and beyond. Backed by major investors including
Whoever this guy is has great images, man. This generational wealth, they're doing something right.
Circle, Solana Ventures, and notably Coinbase Ventures.
I hope I wasn't talking on mute the whole time. But who's ever doing this generational wealth investment is doing something right. They got some pretty cool images. Agreed, fam. They are too strong not to deal with trillions in payroll. And you think XRP is going to let Zebec eat off that plate alone? LOL. And you're right. If XRP is doing cross-border transactions and remittance, it only makes sense to either partner with the Zebec, buy Zebec and merge with them, or create a competitor. But like I've been telling you guys the whole time, Zebec is already first to market, right? They've already got compliant. Even if they don't get picked up in the US, they're already in the process of testing this in the UK and the EU, right? The EU's already regulated. They already have the cards. Even if they don't use the payroll, they will still be able to stream to the card services, right? So either way, it's a win-win for these guys.
Which participated in its $35 million funding rounds. As of the latest data, ZBCN trades at approximately 0.0019 cents with a market capitalization of about $185 million and a circulating supply of roughly 97.95 billion tokens out of a maximum 100 billion. Daily trading volume has recently hovered around $11 to $19 million, showing solid liquidity on exchanges like KuCoin, Bybit, OKX, Gate.io, and others, but notably absent from major US platforms like Coinbase itself. ZBCN is currently not tradable directly on Coinbase, which creates a significant opportunity for upside if that changes. Coinbase listings grant immediate access to tens of millions of users. Seamless fiat on-ramps, institutional-grade custody, and heightened credibility that often sparks rapid demand inflows from U.S. retail and beyond. This accessibility frequently leads to what the industry calls the Coinbase effect, a surge in price driven by new buyers, increased volume, and FOMO as the token becomes available in one of the most trusted and regulated entry points to crypto. Historical precedents underscore this potential. For instance, when Coinbase announced support for Litecoin, the price jumped 25% almost immediately. Rumors alone have triggered substantial moves in the past, such as with XRP seeing sharp spikes before clarifications. And data analysis show newly listed coins on Coinbase experiencing average gains of around 50 to over 90% in the days following announcements, with some assets delivering multiples higher during periods of market enthusiasm. While not every listing guarantees outsized returns and pumps can retrace, the pattern is clear. Listings expand the buyer base dramatically, improve order book depth, and often multiply market capitalization as capital rotates in. Applying this to ZBCN, a Coinbase listing could unlock a wave of US-based demand that is currently sidelined due to limited accessibility on centralized US exchanges. With its current market cap at roughly $185 million, a 10x move would take it to approximately $1.85 billion, levels still well within reach for a project with real-world utility in payroll and payments, especially given comparable tokens in the finance and DeFi space that have scaled similarly post-listing. The token's utility for fees, governance, staking, and collateral within the Zebec ecosystem adds fundamental support. While speculation around wallet inflows, signaling potential listings, has already fueled community buzz and price action in recent months, the mechanics are straightforward yet powerful. Coinbase announcements often precede or coincide with detectable on-chain activity from exchange wallets, igniting retail FOMO. Trading volume typically multiplies several-fold, tightening spreads and lifting prices as new liquidity providers enter. For a token like ZBCN, already demonstrating utility through partnerships and real-time payment streams, this visibility could accelerate adoption, drawing in businesses for payroll solutions and individuals for seamless spending via Zebec cards. Combined with its backer profile, including that Coinbase Ventures connection, a listing would signal strong alignment and could position ZBCN as a go-to asset in the emerging PayFi narrative. Of course, this remains speculative. There is no official confirmation of an imminent listing, and market conditions, broader crypto sentiment, and regulatory factors will influence outcomes. But the setup is compelling for those tracking high-conviction infrastructure plays with asymmetric upside from exchange expansion. If you're positioned in ZBCN or watching closely, the path from current levels to substantial growth hinges on these catalysts materializing. Stay informed, track official channels, and consider the full risk profile. Subscribe for daily recaps, drop a comment on your biggest takeaway, and turn on notifications. We do a crypto
Zebec is continuing to get adoption with more people making videos, more people talking about it, more upside. Captain Zach, Zebec Pirates, while others planned, builders shipped. Most companies spent January in strategy decks. We spent it executing, 100 million raised in modern real-world title infrastructure, 14 million commercial deals closed, USDT, real revenue, real rails. California escrow is live. Texas is loading. What? Texas is loading. They didn't call me. 14 city road show underway, taking PayFi to the streets. You didn't call me, bro? What is going on? This is what building at the speed of AI plus stablecoin actually looks like. No hype cycles, no waiting, just execution. Can't wait till these guys show up to the big dangerous. This is, actually just watch that. Zebec built on Solana, expanding multi-chain powering payroll, streaming, subscription fees, and DeFi. Hot link claim a Zebec coin, LOL. That's weird. Don't miss a chance to participate. What is this claim? ZBCN coin. This does not look official. This doesn't look official. What is this? What is this? An airdrop. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. I didn't hear anything about this airdrop. So be careful. I got burnt with a airdrop on, what is that? XRP. So make sure before connecting, you know it's legit. Don't get caught up. ZBCN just launched exclusive rewards. Don't miss out. Claim the same. This is the same. What the freak? ZBCN pirates. Our day is coming. CC? What? Canon Network? No way.
By 2028,
working with everybody.
most stable coins that we know today already will fail to reach adoption. And therefore, us as an industry, we need to focus on what are the features that are needed in order to allow large institutional players to transact on-chain. So let's just think about some of the examples of why we need privacy. One of the exciting opportunities is to distribute payroll in real time. Maybe some of you here would enjoy everybody know how much you get paid and see when you get paid. Most people do not want their payroll to be known to the rest of the world. And for the most part, employers would not accept to show everyone what is their payroll. By 2028, most stable coins that we know today already will fail to reach adoption. And therefore, us as an industry, we need to focus on what are the features that are needed in order to allow large institutional players to transact on-chain. So let's just think.
Well, as mentioned previously, he's right. I think I said that a gazillion times. As adoption comes, right, a lot of this stuff that is not regulated, is not compliant, are going to fall to the wayside. If the Zebec's last token dump comes in March, Zebec from that point will explode. I think so too. Judah airdrop, they are offering staking already. That sounds fishy, and it definitely is something weird there, because it will be on the Zebec's page, and this freaking airdrop shit is everywhere. Don't do the claim ZBCN coin, guys. I'm telling you from experience, it ain't legit, right? If it was an airdrop, it would be on this page. What is it? Zebec.io, which is the home page for Zebec, and I don't see nothing about no airdrop here. Always check the main page, the Zebec.io, which is the home page for Zebec. If it ain't on here, do not connect again. Do not connect that wallet, bro. I got burnt with a wallet scam, which is weird because it was on YouTube, and YouTube denied that they posted it with XRP, and they were taking people's XRP, and YouTube denied they knew it, but it was Brad Genzenhauser talking in an AI image with XRP, and they never gave us the tokens back, which is weird. I thought YouTube should be held accountable for that, but we'll see. Zebec pirates, stablecoins, and banks. The federal senior policy official from banks and crypto firms are meeting at the White House today, and I didn't get anything back from that. So I guess the banks are still stalling, but I didn't get any announcement, nor have I seen anybody talking about it. So this is join us upcoming spaces next week. Leo, HQ, Faucet, and ADI Chain on how privacy first blockchains are being adopted beyond theory into real world use cases. And like the previous guy stated, nobody wants their whole company's payroll to be on the blockchain. So they'll definitely be using privacy tokens to kind of keep that information private, but still being able to stream. So I think that's a win-win for everyone. I'm tripping. This is Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so it's 9 a.m. You guys will kill us with the hours of these freaking AMAs, man. This is XRP. I didn't get time to do an XRP video today, but let's go to Trading Sniper real quick.
Doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one, the only legendary, you guessed it, Zebec Network. Now, listen, we are going to be covering some news pieces. There's actually quite a bit of news coming out with Zebec Network. We are going to split it for this video and tomorrow's video as well. But listen, man, right? You know, Zebec, they are always cooking, so it is not a surprise. Anyways, let's talk about this. Look, Telcoin said EUSD is now live on Base and Solana. Availability grows to 4 chains with more to follow. Okay, very, very nice. Good for you, Mr. Telcoin. But guess what? Zebec Network replies with adoption ready. Now, you might think, well, maybe they're just supporting, Telcoin or whatever, but no. The reality is, right? Zebec Network almost never, ever replies to any post, okay, unless it's under their own post. Okay, they don't just go out here to any crypto saying, good job, guys, adoption ready, proud of you, congratulations, no. And, we've been monitoring Zebec consistently for the last 8 months. So we know this to be true. So the fact that they say adoption ready, could be and very well probably is, some type of evidence towards some type of Zebec and Telcoin partnership or collaboration coming soon. Okay. And I would not be surprised because we know Telcoin, right? It's a digital asset bank. It has to, kind of do with our sector, right? And for me, right, you can see when we look at the comments, a lot of people are getting excited. We can see this post alone, by the way, has 36,000 views as a reply. The Telcoin post has 46,000. This one has 36,000. So this is definitely the top reply. And you never really see these types of ratios, right? Whatever post you see online about something, the comments always have way, way, way less views. But this is almost a 1-for-1. And we can see people are hyping it up. Zebec is here commenting, did I miss something lined up? See, people are, they're speculating, they're happy, they're a little confused, they're a little bit of everything, right? But they're optimistic that, something big is going to be happening with Zebec Network and Telcoin. At the end of the day, only time will tell, but I would not be surprised considering, Zebec has been dominating the news and fundamental sector for many, many months. So I would not be surprised if once again they punch up and of course, get this collaboration or partnership or whatever it may be, set in stone. And for us, right, this is going to be huge, right? This would be very, very huge. It would also look very, very nice on the resume. When it comes to something, when it comes to other news, we can see that could the Zebec card or future version of it be a global passport? No need for currency exchange as it adopts several currencies. Everyone's adopting stablecoins and tokenization seems to be ramping up. Nonetheless, you can convert your stablecoins to fiat. You have no fees associated to this. Payroll requires your social and native country identification. Zebec Payroll already handles a form of taxes, KYC, just a thought. I heard passports are going digital though, right? The Zebec cards are digital currency, are currently just a thought. Lol seems crazy until it's not. And I also heard, people are speculating that Zebec, one way or another, could be involved in real estate, right? Now, people might think that's kind of crazy, but you got to realize if we are all going on chain, if everything is going digital, you know, it's not the most crazy thing. Now, we're going to talk about that too much. We're going to see what our boy Simon has to say, right? Dashbase said this: turn your crypto into everyday spending power. Zebec equals zero fees, no bridging, native load, accepted worldwide. Your global crypto passport is here at Simon. So we'll see what bro has to cook up, and then we're going to reflect on it.
The genesis of the card program really was an answer to a problem. If people are receiving their stablecoin payroll, how do they spend it? Well, enter the Zebec card. The Zebec card came to market about 2 years ago now, and the program has grown enormously. We now have 3 different cards in the market that serve people around the world, both people that receive their paycheck through Zebec Pay, as well as people that just want to use our cards to spend crypto in the real world. What makes our cards unique is that we have different cards for different use cases. Our 2 kind of entry-level cards are the silver card and the carbon card, both of which work around the world, both of which are zero fee. And when I say zero fee, I mean if you load, for example, 1,000 USDT on the card, you can go spend $1,000 US. You don't lose a penny on fees, which is remarkable. There's no other card provider in the market that does this today. And we're also the card provider that supports the most unique chains. And I think Dash was our 19th chain. I think we're now serving 20 different blockchains, meaning that you can connect a plethora of different blockchain wallets across chains and load the same card. So regardless of where your crypto is, you don't need to bridge it to use as a Zebec card. You can load it natively from that blockchain onto one of our multi-currency cards. We currently offer USD cards and Euro cards. We're going to be introducing more currencies throughout the year. We have the pound and the Swiss franc. We have some Asian currencies coming online. So think of the Zebec cards as your global passport. Regardless of how you make crypto, what kind of crypto you hold, you can spend money without fees on our cards around the world.
And we can see once again, our boy Simon has
the genesis of the card program. I
actually want more people to see this. I'm actually going to repost this. So boom, right? Like someone said, 1 minute and 22 seconds of gold. This is the spending part of the new digital economy. Spend your paycheck in crypto in the real world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Zero fees, instant 14 plus chains. Zebec is 100% the future. Right? As I said, someone tried it yesterday and it worked like a charm. Guys, I'm telling you, this is huge. I'm telling you, Zebec, Simon, they know what they're doing. I have so much faith in this project. I cannot wait to just skip forward. I know we all cannot wait to skip forward and cash out, but I'm telling you, when we look back at this, whether or not you're invested at that point, Zebec is going to be a dynasty of a crypto. Zebec is going to be here and it's going to stay. Not only stay, but is going to dominate. I am so certain of it. This is one of the most consistent and best cryptos with a lot of potential I've seen in a very, very long time. And the team continues to deliver. It's not like just one topic for 3 months. It was like, oh, guys, this is coming out. This is coming out. This is coming out. This is coming out. And then it's just like the same thing for 3 months and nothing else happens in between. It's like, no, every single week we talk about new things consistently. Okay, multiple times in that week. So they are cooking. Listen, Zebec Pirates, read this carefully. This isn't a roadmap. This is an execution mode. 2026 equals super app rollout, mobile launch plus upgrades, payroll expansion through M&A, new chains for stablecoin payroll, global remittance, upgrades, partnership, flywheel activated. While most projects chase hype, Zebec is building rails, real-time pay, global stablecoin flows, enterprise integrations, actual products shipping, no memes, no promises, just infrastructure going live. The quiet ones usually move fast, the loud ones follow later. Zebec isn't here to pump, it's here to replace broken money systems. Load the boat, hold the line, history favors builders. Yes, sirski. There we go. All right, boom, and repost. There we go. Right. And we can see this is the roadmap we talked about. And, they are delivering so far. Current Zebec products and applications roll into the super app. Boom. Very, very nice. We expect the super app to be coming out very, very, very soon. Anyways, when you look at the basics, we see Zebec is ranked 131 out of 8,901 active cryptos. In the last month, it is down 30%. In the last week, it is up 4%. And over the last day, it is down 6%. So we are down just a little bit. We can see no Coinbase, no Binance, but we know Coinbase is around the corner. We can go and look at something like holders. We are consistently rising up, which is not a surprise. But that is it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
So shout out to Trading Sniper. This is Crypto Spaces. I guess we'll run Lee the Captain real quick.
When it comes to ZBCN that was showcased earlier in January of this year, change Zebec maybe moving forward forever. Well, arguably, I think maybe, sure, even though nothing I say is financial advice. And the reason why is because when they updated the tokenomics, they highlighted a couple points, right? But I do want to talk about two crucial points, which I think could maybe change ZBCN moving forward. Because first of all, when they talk about the treasury, they say how the revenue from Zebec products will be used for network development. So I think that's really cool. However, also on top of that, they're going to be using revenue acquired basically from the Zebec programs to be reacquiring ZBCN on open markets, could lower the circulating supply of ZBCN, which inherently, the lower the supply is, and let's say there's an increase in demand, it's more rare, right? If that is hypothetically the case. And also on top of that, if the supply is less, the market cap needed to hypothetically attain 10 cents would also be less, right? So there's a lot of hypothetical goodness, I would say, right? There's some hypothetical maybe benefits from the updated tokenomics that at least I can see. Now, again, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I am not a financial advisor, but at the same time, when I take a look at something like Zebec, I do find it pretty cool that they even care about these small details. However, also on top of that as well, we have to consider when it comes to Zebec overall, people like to tell me, well, no one's really going to care about a project like this because, sure, there's these updated tokenomics, but take a look at the Zebec programs, take a look at the Zebec products, they're not really doing that good. Well, we have to consider, as of right now, the altcoin on top of that as well, this could have implications long term because imagine if they didn't update the tokenomics at all. It wouldn't be that good, right? Now, there's at least some incentive in terms of if, let's say, the products or the programs do better, it can maybe have an effect, right, when it comes to ZBCN. So why is that a bad thing? This is just my mindset. Also, on top of that, people like to tell me that, oh, the Zebec products or, the Zebec programs, they're not that compelling. But in my opinion, sure, it may not have such a mainstream appeal. We have to consider Zebec is a niche project anyways. Sure, it's focused on global trade and finance, but this market is dominated by Ripple and Stellar, right? Zebec is more so of just like a secondary accessory, right, when it comes to this space. But it doesn't mean it doesn't have a position because, of course, we did see the partnership that it had when it comes to Algorand. We also take a look at what it did with World Liberty not too long ago. Not to mention, we take a look at as well, Zebec has backers like Circle, which is the creator of USDC, and as well as Solana Ventures. So it's not really such a bad thing after all. But I feel like, again, the updated tokenomics, which was announced in early January, I think it could have future implications that could maybe change Zebec moving forward, maybe even forever, because it kind of, I think, implements some mechanisms, right? Or should I say implements some kind of things that makes ZBCN hypothetically, in theory, maybe a lower circulating supply if, let's say, for instance, the Zebec programs start doing pretty good, right? Right? But this is at least a possibility. So I do like seeing that. However, with ZBCN being around 48 times lower than 10 cents, you know what? Because I'm looking to dollar cost average, I'm not going to be complaining about that. Because for me, the lower something is, the happier I'd be for dollar cost averaging, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. But as of right now, I'm staying patient and just waiting, and that's all I'm going to do. But I'm not telling anyone to do anything.
So shout out to Lee the Captain. This is Crypto Spaces. We'll see what he has to say and then shut it down for the evening. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, check us out tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. We're back on the night shift, baby. But let's get back to the video.
Massive news for ZBCN. You know, I've said this to myself that ZBCN and Tel utilities complemented each other. This is from Human. They were so on point to pick up on this instantly. I hold both ZBCN and Telcoin and think both will be major for the future of crypto. And now I see Zebec replying to Telcoin's post. Wow, I hope this partnership comes true. This would make me so happy. So right here, you see Telcoin going live with their EUSD is now live on Base and Solana, right? Their own stable coin going live on Base and Solana. Availability grows to our 4 change with more to follow. And Zebec replying, adoption ready, right? So there could be some things happening behind the.
Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a giveaway of 1 million Shiba tokens. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and comment hashtag Shiba.
Scenes. I remember being in crypto, and I got into crypto around the end of 2021, going into 2022. I literally got in at the end of the last bull run, right? Literally at the end when everything was just starting to go bearish, right? So one of the projects that I first got into around that time was Telcoin, right? And at the time, a lot of things happened these past years in this space, but Telcoin has been around. It's stuck around. It's actually been bullish. Is one of the only coins that's been from previous cycles that's still bullish. So a partnership with ZBCN for what both of them provide for this new banking system, right? This new financial shift that we're seeing is, in my opinion, a great thing to see. This is a great partnership that would lead to the success of, both projects to become, again, multi-billion-dollar projects that could rival the likes of Solana, XRP, etc., right? I think that will be the case, right? You just have to be patient with these projects that actually keep building. A lot of people say crypto is a bunch of vaporwave. We saw the meme coin boom. We saw how much meme coins took off, and a lot of people did well on meme coins. And, a lot of the altcoin investors kind of felt like they were left in the dust. Well, there's altcoins that are still around, that are here, that are still building for all these years, and they're doing their best to keep building, yet nobody wants to buy them. Nobody's supporting them. So in my opinion, that's a bad decision to make. Even if you just have some exposure, you're not breaking the bank, not telling anybody to put $5,000, $100,000, $10,000, not telling anybody to overinvest in these projects, man. Like I said, even 100,000 ZBCN could give you great ROI because I think the upside is massive, and that's not a lot of money to invest, right? It's not going to make you go into debt. You're not going to regret losing that money, etc., right? Even 1 million ZBCN, right? Haven't really talked about that as yet, but $220 into a coin, and then you potentially make 10 to 20K, if not more. I think that is freaking fantastic, man. I think that's fantastic ROI, right? So this is bullish. Telcoin and ZBCN partnership potentially in the works, right? It's not confirmed yet, but ZBCN is probably communicating with the Telcoin team, and Telcoin, again, one of the coins from the last cycle that has still been around. It actually made a move up from its lows recently in this cycle compared to all 99% of altcoins, right? It actually did well, and it's still doing well and still building. So ZBCN is in good company with that potential partnership that's in the works there. So right now, ZBCN at 002115, under 208 million market cap. Obviously, like I said, guys, 100,000 ZBCN in my honest opinion is the way to go. It's $211 right now, $212. 100,000 ZBCN. ZBCN goes to 10 cents, which is very possible, right? 10 cents ZBCN, very possible. That's going to be $10,000 at 10 cents, right? It's very possible, right? And again, ZBCN goes to 10 cents. You take some profits, take out your initial, right? Now you're sitting risk-free. You leave 5K in ZBCN, you leave 4K, you leave 7K, how much ever you decide to do. That's on you. We're all adults here, right? It's your decision to make. You take accountability for your actions, right? But say you leave in, 30,000 ZBCN and then it moonshots to $1, which is very possible. I really think $1 ZBCN is possible. That's going to be 100 billion market cap. Long term, yes, it's possible, man. It is. This project is actually building something and doing something. Can we appreciate coins that are actually doing something in the space for once and not just be trading memes on Solana that are pump and dumps? Can we finally appreciate stuff that has utility, right? So I think $1 per ZBCM is possible over the long term. Not going to get it right away. You have to be patient to pull that off. But if you have 100,000 ZBCN and it gets to $1, that's going to be 100K. It goes to 30 cents, that's 30K, right? Either way, the upside for ZBCN here, in my opinion, is great. It has the risk reward is great, and it's a new coin. It's never seen a bull run. Typically, if you go through the historical data of all coins when they're new and they've never seen a bull run, they don't have bag holders from previous cycles, they typically outperform the other coins, right? They typically, like for example, there's a project called VRA that has been underperforming so bad against Bitcoin. It has been dying against Bitcoin. VRA, man, it has been absolutely dying against Bitcoin. You know, props to the team and the community of VRA, but I'm just comparing as for example, these coins that have seen multiple cycles and haven't stayed strong, like for example, a Telcoin has, it's tough for them to start to gain against Bitcoin. ZBCN has not seen a bull run. It doesn't have any bag holders from previous cycles. So once it enters price discovery and we actually get a true alt season and bull run, the upside here, in my opinion, is going to be great because it's a newer coin, man. And the tokenomics are fantastic. Max supply 100 billion. Never going to have more than 100 billion ZBCN, and 98% of the supply is out, right? There's projects out there that have less than 50% circulating. So that other 70%, 80%, 90% is going to get dumped on the market and dilute the price. No dilution here for ZBCN. That's, again, if you look into these things that I'm talking about, you would be more bullish, man. You would be. But, you know, people are going to do what they want to do, man, as always. So let's take a look at some tweets real quick. So this is from Crypto Bobber, ZBCN, partnership with Telcoin coming soon. Why wait 2 weeks or a month when you can get paid every second you work? ZBCN enables employers to pay employees by the second or by the minute through retirement, real-time payments, instant access to earn wages, no waiting. Numbers right now, over 500 million annually in payroll, 250 plus enterprise companies onboarded, 50K plus active monthly users worldwide, integrated on 18 plus blockchains. Everyone needs a payout. See you at $1, right? And obviously, if you have 1 million ZBCN, which is $2,100 right now, I'm not telling anyone to invest that, but a lot of people have made that their goal to get 1 million ZBCN, and it has the move to $1, or it goes to 10 cents. You have 1 million ZBCN, it goes to 30 cents, 50 cents. That's going to be 100K. That's going to, not 100K. You have 1 million ZBCN, it goes to 10 cents. Yeah, it's going to be 100K. What am I saying? Yeah, it's going to be 100K at 10 cents, right? 10x what you invested. If you invest 10x more, you get 10x more returns, right? But obviously, like I said, never invest more than you're willing to lose, guys. Okay? If something goes wrong, because nothing is guaranteed in the space, don't come crying to me and bawling your eyes out saying, oh, you made me do this. I didn't make you do anything. We're all adults. We're grown, okay? Let's act like it. Take responsibility for your actions. But like I said, the upside for ZBCN is massive. $1 is definitely possible. If you have 1 million ZBCN, you can make $1 million at $1. Obviously, like in my opinion, psychological levels, etc. $1 would be like very psychological. So maybe it gets to like 50 cents to maybe 80 cents, 90 cents, 95 cents before people start taking profits. But again, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. But like I'm telling you, like the project is very bullish. It has a lot of green flags, and I like that, right? So employees and contractors accept access pay via check. They process the wages. The net pay handles the USD payrolls, PayBridge, powered by Azure software, the hybrid tech built inside a modern HR platform, and direct integration with Circle, right? Again, if you want to know what Circle is, you see this stablecoin right here, number 6, just under Tether. Circle is the company that owns USDC. They're the ones that run this stablecoin. The second biggest stablecoin in the space is Tether and USDC. I'm personally more bullish on Tether, on USDC, I should say, because Tether has a lot of FUD. I don't really trust Tether. Tether. So when I stable my money in on chain, I swap to USDC. I trust that more, right? And ZBCN is partnered with that, and they're looking to partner with another great altcoin like Telcoin. So look out for that. From Ghost, just remember that everyone in the world has to get paid. Everyone. ZBCN, how Zebec clients use real-time payroll. Global teams get continuous payments without slow international wires. Employees can withdraw streamed salaries anytime. Hybrid payroll lets staff receive stablecoins and wallets and spend via Zebec cards. This is the new financial system. It's taking place right before our eyes. This is what you call neo-banking. Why would you need to go to a bank when you could, use all the DeFi tools that ZBCN provides, right? Obviously don't have all your money in crypto, but you could use both systems. You could use the TradFi system and you could use the new financial system. One of them, it was going to be way more rewarding though, right? So it's, obviously diversify, right? So generational wealth. ZBCN is backed by Coinbase Ventures. ZBCN is not listed on Coinbase yet. The Coinbase effect creates massive upside potential for infrastructure plays like Zebec Network. We are breaking down the math behind a potential 10x for ZBCN from 0.0019, right? And again, 10x for ZBCN, in my opinion, it's not that difficult. That's going to put it at 2 cents from here, right? 10x, right? Yeah, 2 billion market cap. Again, I think 5 to 10 billion market cap for ZBCN is possible. If we get a real alt season, the liquidity floodgates open, it will get real crazy for the market again. And I think, utility coins really will get their shine. The altcoins will get their shine. They did not get any. It was only like 3 altcoins that went up this cycle: XRP, SWI, Solana. Ethereum went up a bit, 2x. It didn't really do much this cycle, man. So I think the next cycle, whenever that starts, I don't know when, whenever that starts, you're going to see a project like the ZBCN do extremely well, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, okay? Don't take it for, for fact, because nothing is guaranteed in the space. But this is one of the better bets, and that's why I'm talking about it on the channel. It's one of the better bets. So you guys that are subscribed to me can make some money. No paid groups on the channel. Nothing you have to sign up to. I just talk about the project. If you invest in it, it's up to you. And, when the project does go up in price, you take some profits, you make some money. Hey, my subscribers are happy. I'm happy, right? So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. Go watch videos on the Clips channel, right? To support the channel further. Again, no paid groups. So I'm reliant on the YouTube ad revenue. So if you could support the Clips channel, I truly appreciate that as well. Link is in the description. And thank y'all, and I'll catch you in the
So shout out to my main man.
that. From Ghost, just remember that everyone in the world has to get paid. Everyone.
Crypto Spaces. This voice sounds a lot like another YouTuber I used to watch, but shout out to Crypto Spaces. I'm going to squeeze one more little last video and we'll call it evening. This is DeFi Crypto Talk.
Only every 2 weeks. Why is that? Welcome to the system of batch payroll, a dusty relic from the age of paper checks and manual accounting. It's a system designed to benefit your employer's bank account, not yours. For decades, large companies have been earning interest on your money, holding it for weeks at a time while you wait for payday. This delay creates a massive power imbalance, leaving you without access to the value you've already created. It's a system that can push people toward high-interest credit or payday loans just to cover an unexpected bill. By any measure, it's an outdated and inefficient model. But what if that whole system is about to become a thing of the past? What if your salary wasn't something you had to wait for, but something that flowed to you in real time, second by second, as you earn it? This isn't some futuristic fantasy. It's the technology being built by Zebec Network, and it represents one of the biggest shakeups to payroll and personal finance in a generation. Let's really get into how backward the traditional financial system is. It operates in batches. Your direct deposit isn't a single magical event. It's part of a gigantic aggregated file sent through the automated clearinghouse, or ACH system. This system is slow, often taking days to settle. It might have been revolutionary in the 1970s, but in an age of instant everything, it's an antique. Think about how absurd that is. You can send a message to anyone on the planet in a fraction of a second. You can stream a 4K movie from a server thousands of miles away without buffering. Yet, the money you earn for your hard work is held hostage by a system that moves at a snail's pace. This isn't just an inconvenience, it has real-world consequences. It creates what's known as a liquidity gap. You've done the work, you've earned the money, but you can't actually get to it. This gap is especially brutal for the growing gig economy. Freelancers, creators, and contract workers are often paid on net 30, net 60, or even net 90-day terms. They're forced to act as involuntary lenders to the very companies that hire them. This delayed access to capital kills growth, creates incredible stress, and locks them in a cycle of financial dependency. The system isn't broken, it was built this way. But now, technology has finally given us a way to rebuild it from the ground up, and that's where Zebec Network comes in. Zebec Network is a decentralized protocol designed for one core purpose: facilitating real-time, continuous streams of value. Instead of seeing your salary as a lump sum that shows up every other Friday, imagine it as a constant, uninterrupted flow. Think of it like replacing a dripping faucet with a smooth, powerful stream. The moment you start your workday, the money starts flowing into your wallet second by second. Finish a project, your earnings are already there, ready for you to use. This is the idea of continuous settlement, and it's the heart of what Zebec does. It's not just about getting paid faster, it's about fundamentally changing your relationship with your money. It turns your salary from a periodic reward into a liquid, accessible asset that you control in real time. This simple shift has profound implications. It can eliminate the need for payday loans. It allows for precise, up-to-the-minute budgeting. It empowers you to pay for daily expenses like gas or groceries with money you earned just minutes before. For businesses, it offers a revolutionary way to handle payroll, especially for hourly or gig workers, automating the entire process with unmatched efficiency. So, how does Zebec actually pull this off? The secret sauce is blockchain technology. Zebec was originally built on Solana, a network famous for its lightning speed and dirt-cheap transaction costs. This architecture is essential because to stream money every single second, you need a system that can handle thousands of tiny transactions almost instantly and for a fraction of a penny. Old-school banking rails can't even come close. Here's the simple version. An employer uses a smart contract on the Zebec protocol to set up a payment stream. This is just a self-executing piece of code that holds the funds and is programmed to release them at a specific rate. For example, it could be set to stream an employee's annual salary over the course of the year. The smart contract then automatically sends tiny payments to the employee's digital wallet with every passing second. The whole thing is automated, transparent, and unstoppable once it starts. Recognizing that finance is moving to a multi-chain world, Zebec has expanded to operate across numerous blockchains, including Ethereum, BNB Chain, and Near. This ensures Zebec can act as a universal payment layer for the entire Web3 world. Powering these operations is the ZBCN token, which is used for network fees, governance, and staking to secure the network. A big idea is nothing without real-world execution, and this is where Zebec starts to pull away from the crowd. The network has been relentlessly focused on building real utility and forging partnerships that connect decentralized tech with traditional finance. One of the biggest stamps of approval came when Zebec was accepted into Visa's prestigious FinTech Fast Track program, a program that has supported giants like Stripe and Crypto.com. This signaled that one of the world's largest payment processors saw the potential in Zebec's streaming technology. Furthering its push into the real world, Zebec has also partnered with MasterCard to issue payment cards, allowing users to spend their streamed crypto directly. In a massive step toward institutional adoption, Zebec joined Nacha's Payments Innovation Alliance in late 2025. Since Nacha governs the entire ACH network in the United States, this places Zebec in direct collaboration with the heart of the traditional U.S. financial system, alongside major players like JP Morgan and Wells Fargo. The network is also backed by a lineup of top-tier investors, including Coinbase Ventures, Solana Ventures, and the highly respected billionaire investor Jim Breyer. These aren't speculative players, they are seasoned veterans who invest in foundational infrastructure. The ecosystem is growing, servicing hundreds of companies with a user base that has been growing rapidly. While real-time payroll is the main event, it's just the opening act for Zebec's vision. The end goal is to become the core infrastructure for all types of continuous value transfer. Think bigger. Imagine a world where you pay for subscription services by the second, not by the month. So you only pay for exactly what you use. Or picture international remittances, where money streams directly to a family member's wallet, bypassing slow, expensive middlemen. Zebec is also a major player in the booming DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure networks space. The network is developing point-of-sale devices that let merchants accept crypto and immediately stream portions of that revenue to suppliers, to employees as commissions, or to a treasury for taxes. This technology completely redefines how companies manage their money. Businesses can stream investments into DeFi protocols, put idle cash to work in real time, and manage vesting schedules for employees or investors with programmable, automated streams. The upcoming Zebec Super App aims to bundle all of this, payroll, card spending, and staking, into a single user-friendly platform, hiding the blockchain complexity to deliver a seamless financial experience. This is about a fundamental shift in financial control, handing power back to the individual and creating a more efficient and equitable system. The system of delayed batch-based payroll is an artifact of a pre-digital world. It creates inefficiency and disempowers the very people who do the work. Real-time streaming payments, powered by projects like Zebec Network, are the logical and necessary next step. As of early 2026, Zebec is at a crucial juncture. The final token unlock is scheduled for March 2026, marking a shift in tokenomics toward a more mature, utility-driven phase. The upcoming Super App is poised to bring in a new wave of mainstream users.
So when is the Super App coming is the million-dollar question. What is going on with the Super App?
Strategic partnerships with giants like Visa, MasterCard, and an alignment with the US ACH network operator Nacha have laid the groundwork for massive adoption. Zebec isn't just another crypto project, it's building the rails for a new financial world where value flows as freely and instantly as information. The combination of real-world use, powerful institutional backing, and maturing tokenomics makes ZBCN one of the most compelling projects to watch. The world of finance is being rebuilt from the ground up. If you want to understand the key technologies driving this change,
So shout out to DeFi Crypto. I guess that's it for the evening. We're going to shut it down. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I should have had my streamer on. I'm tripping. But as always, shout out to the BTM mob. And let's get back to the money, guys. And stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. Miner out.